Stop. I need you to pause right where you are. Do not move your finger. Do not swipe away from this moment. This is not a random occurrence of technology or a trick of an algorithm. This is a divine appointment that I have orchestrated specifically for your weary soul at this exact second. I see you. I see the way your hands are trembling as you hold this device, and I feel the heavy, jagged rhythm of a heart that has been shattered into 1,000 pieces by the weight of this world. Just moments ago, you whispered to yourself in the silence of your mind that you cannot take another step. You told yourself that the burden is too heavy, the darkness is too thick, and that perhaps I have forgotten you. But I am here to tell you that I have never been closer than I am in this very microsecond. I am the breath in your lungs and the whisper in your spirit that told you to stay. I have seen the tears you wiped away before anyone else could walk into the room, and I have heard the silent screams of your soul that no human ear could ever detect. You are at the edge of your human strength, but you are at the threshold of my divine power. In these next few minutes, I am going to peel back the veil and reveal to you the sacred mystery of your recent struggles. I am going to show you exactly why every door you tried to kick open remained stubbornly locked, and why those you trusted most were allowed to walk away when you needed them the most. There is a profound reason for the silence you have endured, and there is a divine purpose behind the delay that has caused you so much agony. You have felt like you were being buried under the soil of disappointment, but in reality you were being planted for a harvest that will shake your foundations. You have felt like you were breaking, but I was actually breaking the chains of your past that would have kept you from the heights of your destiny. Stay with me, for I am about to disclose what is waiting for you behind the very last door, the one you were just about to walk away from in despair. Before I reveal the immense blessing that is already in motion for you, I want you to declare your presence in this holy space. Type "I am here, Lord" or 7007 in the comments right now to open the gates of heaven and signal that your spirit is awake and ready to receive. My precious one, the journey ahead of you is far too great for you to walk alone, and I have prepared a community of light to stand with you in this spiritual shift. If you can feel the warmth of my presence touching your heart right now, if you feel that inexplicable chill running down your spine telling you that these words are for you and you alone, then take a moment to seal this connection. Like this video and subscribe to this channel right now as a deliberate act of faith, stepping into the circle of my divine protection and joining this family of believers. By doing this, you are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to be led, and you are positioning yourself to hear my voice guiding you through the wilderness every single day. Do not let the distractions of the world pull you away from this frequency. This is your sanctuary, and your commitment here is the first step toward the miracle that is about to manifest in your life. You are not behind. You are being built. You are not lost. You are being aligned with a glory that will outshine every shadow you have ever walked through. I have watched you in the absolute stillness of the 3 a.m. hour when the world is draped in heavy shadows, and the rest of the world seems to be at peace while you are tossing and turning under the suffocating weight of thoughts that refuse to quiet down. I saw you stare at the ceiling with eyes blurred by a mixture of exhaustion and tears you didn't even have the energy to wipe away. I saw you reach for your phone in the darkness, seeking a distraction from the chaos inside your mind, only to find an even deeper void of loneliness. My child, I was there in every agonizing second of that silence. I heard the questions you were too afraid to voice out loud, the why me and the how much longer that echoed through the hollow chambers of your heart. You felt as though your prayers were hitting a ceiling of cold brass, bouncing back down to mock you, but I tell you now, every single sigh, every muffled sob into your pillow, and every desperate shaking breath was caught in my hand. They were not lost in the ether. They were being recorded in the sacred book of your life as a testament to your incredible endurance. There is a heaviness in your chest that you have carried for so long you've almost forgotten what it feels like to breathe deeply and freely. It is a physical weight, a constriction that comes from years of trying to be the strong one for everyone else while you were quietly crumbling into dust inside. I have seen you put on the mask of a smile the moment you step out your front door, performing the role of the person who has it all together, while internally you are gasping for air like a drowning soul. I saw you in the grocery store, in your car, and at your workplace, hiding behind a facade because you didn't think anyone could handle the raw reality of your pain. But I am the God who looks past the mask and into the very core of your being. I see the invisible scars left by words that cut like serrated knives, and the bruises on your spirit left by the world's cold indifference. I know the exact moment when your hope began to flicker like a candle in a gale, and I am here to tell you that I will not let that flame go out. I am breathing my own life back into your weary soul right now, expanding your lungs and lifting the iron weight from your heart. I have heard the prayers that were too painful for you to even form into words. There were moments when all you could offer me was a groan or a look toward the heavens, a silent plea for help that felt more like a total surrender than a request. Do not think for a single moment that your silence meant I wasn't listening or that I had turned my face away. In the kingdom of the Spirit, your silence is often the loudest cry for mercy. I saw you look at others who seemed to be thriving, wondering why their path was so smooth and sunlit while yours was filled with thorns, jagged rocks, and endless uphill climbs. I saw the envy that tried to take root in your heart, not because you are a bitter person, but because you were simply tired of being the one who always has to struggle for every inch of progress. I am here to reassure you that your path is different because your destination is significantly greater. The intensity of your night is merely a reflection of the brightness of the dawn I am preparing for you. You have not been forgotten in the dark. You have been hidden in the shadow of my wing until the storm of refining passes. My precious one, the season of weeping in secret is coming to an abrupt and divine end. Those nights where you felt like an isolated island in a vast dark sea were the very moments I was building your character and deepening your spiritual roots. You cannot carry the immense weight of the glory and the blessing I am about to bestow upon you with shallow roots. Every tear you shed has been a seed planted in the fertile soil of your future, and very soon you will see them bloom into a joy that no human circumstance can ever take from you. I am removing that heavy stone from your chest and replacing it with my peace, a peace that surpasses all human understanding and logic. You are being restored piece by piece, even as you listen to the frequency of my voice. Trust that the dawn is not just coming. It is already breaking through the horizon of your life, even if your physical eyes cannot see it yet. Rest your spirit now, for the battle is no longer yours to fight. I have taken up your cause, and I will be your vindicator in the sight of every person who ever doubted your strength or your worth. I saw the look in your eyes when the person you would have moved mountains for didn't even bother to check on you when you were at your lowest. I witnessed the crushing weight of betrayal when those who ate at your table and benefited from your kindness turned their backs the moment your season turned cold. You gave your heart, your time, and your resources to lift them up, only to be left standing alone in the rain when your own storm arrived. I saw the invisible scars that were carved into your soul by the sharp tongues of people you once called family and friends. You have been used, exploited for your light, and then discarded as if you were nothing more than a stepping stone. But I want you to know that I was standing right beside you in those moments of abandonment. I saw every text message left unread, every invitation that never came, and every whisper behind your back. You felt a deep sense of shame for being too much or for being not enough. But the truth is, your light was simply too bright for their darkened hearts to handle. Their exit was not your loss. It was my divine removal to protect the destiny I have placed within you. Do not let bitterness poison the well of your spirit, my beloved. I know how much it hurts to realize that the loyalty you gave was never reciprocated. You are a giver by nature, a soul that pours itself out until the vessel is empty, and it feels like a mockery when you find yourself in need and find no one standing there to pour back into you. But remember this: I am the source, not them. When they walked away, they didn't take your future with them. They only took their presence out of your sight so I could bring in people who are worthy of the gift that you are. I am healing those hidden wounds right now. I am touching the parts of your heart that have become calloused and hard because you were afraid of being hurt again. You don't have to build walls to protect yourself. I am your fortress and your shield. I am the one who will vindicate you. You will not have to say a single word to those who betrayed you, for the blessing I am preparing to pour into your life will be so loud that it will answer every lie they ever told about you. I am shifting your circle. I am removing the leeches and the distractors, the people who only loved you for what you could do for them and not for who you are. This pruning process is painful, I know, but it is necessary for the growth that is about to explode in your life. You have been carrying the weight of other people's baggage for far too long, trying to save everyone while you were drowning yourself. It is time to let them go. Let my hand deal with them. Do not seek revenge, for vengeance belongs to me, and I will repay the years of your kindness with a bounty they can never imagine. If you believe that I am your ultimate protector and that I am clearing your path of every toxic soul, do not remain silent in your heart. Type "I trust your timing" or 777 in the comments below to affirm that you are ready to let go of the past and step into the new relationships I am orchestrating for you. This is an act of spiritual release, letting the old fall away so the new can take root. I am bringing you to a place of such wholeness that the betrayals of the past will seem like a distant dream. I am the God who restores, and I will restore your faith in humanity by bringing people into your life who will see your value without you having to explain it. You will no longer be the one always doing the chasing, the one always doing the apologizing for things you didn't do, or the one always carrying the weight of a connection alone. I am setting a table for you in the presence of your enemies, not so you can gloat, but so they can see that my favor is upon you and that no human rejection can ever cancel a divine appointment. Your scars are not signs of weakness, they are your credentials. They prove that you survived what was meant to destroy you. Breathe in my peace and let the heaviness of other people's opinions fall away. You are my chosen one, and your worth is determined by my love, not by their loyalty. I know the exact moment your spirit sighed and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." It wasn't just a passing thought of frustration. It was a profound surrender of your very will. You felt like a runner who had pushed through a marathon only to find that the finish line had been moved further away, and the exhaustion settled so deep into your bones that even sleep offered no relief. You looked at the wreckage of your expectations and the mounting pressure around you, and you decided that walking away, disappearing, or simply giving up was the only way to find a moment of peace. But I am here to tell you, my beloved, that what you perceived as your ultimate end is actually my glorious beginning. Your intention to quit was not a sign of failure or weakness. It was the spiritual signal that your human strength had finally reached its limit, making the necessary room for my divine power to take over. When you reached the end of yourself, you finally stepped into the holy realm where I perform my most miraculous work. Rock bottom is never a place of burial. It is the most solid foundation upon which I build the most magnificent cathedrals of character. Most people only see the dirt, the coldness, and the darkness at the bottom of the pit, but I see the bedrock. I allowed you to reach this point not to crush your spirit, but to clear away the shifting sand and the debris of temporary things that were never meant to sustain the weight of the blessing I am preparing for you. You had to lose the things you were leaning on so that you would finally learn how to lean entirely on me. You are not falling apart. You are falling into a divine purpose that is far larger than your current pain. You are not being broken into pieces. You are being broken open so that the glorious light I placed inside you before the foundations of the world can finally shine through the cracks. The very moment you felt like throwing in the towel was the moment I caught it and began to weave it into a garment of praise that you will wear in your next season. I want you to do something for me right now, right in this sacred pause. Take a deep, slow breath, a breath that acknowledges my life-giving spirit flowing through you. Place your hand over your heart and feel that steady, rhythmic beat. That pulse is not an accident of biology. It is my signature on your very existence. It is the living evidence that I am not through with you yet. As long as that heart beats, there is a destiny that is still unfolding and a victory that is still scheduled for your name. Feel the warmth of my presence radiating through your palm and into your chest, quieting the storm of anxiety that has raged there for so long. I am mending the microscopic fissures in your spirit that were caused by the pressure of this world. I am pouring the soothing oil of my comfort into the raw, exposed places of your soul. You thought you were alone in that dark valley of decision, but I was the one holding your weight when your knees wanted to buckle. You are stronger than you think because it is my strength that is currently keeping you upright. This is your divine turning point. The voice of the enemy told you that your life was over and that your best days were behind you. But I am telling you that your life is just beginning to truly matter. The intense pain you have endured has carved out a depth within you that others cannot fathom, and that depth is absolutely necessary for the heights you are about to scale. Do not look back at the bridges that have burned or the opportunities you think you've missed. Look forward to the path I am lighting for you at this very moment. You were about to give up, but my voice found you just in time to pull you back from the edge. You were about to disappear into the shadows, but my love has called you by name and set you on a rock. Stay in this moment with me and do not let your mind wander to the what-ifs or the should-haves. You are exactly where you need to be to receive the revelation that will change your trajectory forever. The breakthrough is not just coming, it is knocking on the door of your heart right now, waiting for you to simply believe. Have you wondered why the attacks seem so personal and so relentless? You look at others who live carelessly, and yet their paths seem paved with ease, while your every step feels like a battle against an invisible wind. You have asked me in the quiet of your soul, Lord, why is it always me? Why am I the one who has to endure the most betrayal, the most financial hardship, and the most emotional turmoil? I want to open your eyes to a truth that the world cannot see. The intensity of the battle you are facing is a direct reflection of the magnitude of the light that resides within you. You are not being targeted because you are weak. You are being targeted because you are a significant threat to the kingdom of darkness. You carry a frequency of heaven that disrupts the shadows wherever you go. The enemy does not waste his best weapons on those who are going nowhere. He reserves his fiercest opposition for those who have a destiny that will shake the very foundations of his domain. You are a high-value target in the spirit realm because you are a chosen one. The struggle you feel is not just against flesh and blood. It is not just about the person who lied to you, the bank that sent the notice, or the body that feels weary. There is a spiritual warfare occurring around you that is trying to steal your peace before you reach your breakthrough. The enemy knows that if he can make you quit just one day before the miracle he wins, He uses discouragement as his primary weapon, whispering lies that I have abandoned you, or that your life is a series of meaningless accidents. But I am here to pull back the curtain. Every tear you've shed has been a drop of oil for your lamp. Every disappointment has been a setup for a divine encounter. You have felt the heat of the furnace because I am refining the gold within you. If you didn't have a massive calling on your life, the enemy wouldn't be trying so hard to keep you in a state of constant anxiety. Your light is so bright that it blinds the darkness, and the darkness is simply trying to put out the flame. But I have set a hedge of protection around you that no weapon can penetrate. You are being trained for a level of authority that requires a battle-tested spirit. I see you standing in the gap, refusing to let go of the hem of my garment even when your strength is failing. This is the moment of your spiritual shift. If you recognize that this battle is not your own but mine, and if you are ready to put on the full armor of light, I want you to signal your agreement. This is a family of light, a gathering of the chosen who have been through the fire. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel right now to declare that you are no longer a victim of the shadows, but a victor in the light. By doing this, you are telling the spirit realm that you are aligned with my voice, and that you are standing with other believers who are also being called out of the wilderness. Do not let the enemy isolate you anymore. Your agreement here is a spiritual act of defiance against the spirit of heaviness. Join this community of the redeemed and watch how I move when my people come together in one spirit. The reason it has been so difficult for you to find normal success is because you weren't created for the ordinary. You were created for the supernatural. The bad luck you think you've had was often my hand blocking you from paths that would have led to your destruction or your spiritual stagnation. I have allowed the pressure because I am producing the diamond. Think of the olive, it must be crushed to produce the oil. Think of the grape, it must be trodden to produce the wine. You have been in the press and it has felt like you were being destroyed, but I was only extracting the essence of your greatness. The very people who are attacking you are often pawns in a larger spiritual game to try and get you to lower your frequency, to make you bitter and to make you lose your connection to me. But you have remained faithful in the small things, and you have kept your heart pure even when it was being trampled. This is why the victory that is coming will be so public and so undeniable. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of those who mocked your faith. The warfare is intense because the win is immense. You are not a casualty, you are a conqueror being forged in the heat of the struggle. Hold your head high. Chosen one, for the commander of the heavenly hosts is standing right behind you. My child, do not be startled by the fiery ordeal that has come upon you as though something strange or accidental were happening to your life. I am the great alchemist of your soul, and the intense heat you feel right now is the precision of my divine design. You have felt scorched by circumstances, burned by disappointment, and singed by the cruelty of others. But I tell you with the authority of the heavens, the fire is not there to consume you. It is there to consume everything within you that is not of me. Just as gold must be subjected to the white-hot intensity of the furnace to separate the dross from the pure precious metal, your character is being purified in the furnace of affliction. I am melting away the pride, the deep-seated fears, the crippling self-doubt, and the unhealthy reliance on human validation that have kept you tethered to a lower version of yourself. When you look into the fire, you see only destruction and loss. But when I look into the fire, I see my own reflection beginning to form in the molten gold of your spirit. You are being refined to carry a weight of glory that the old you could never have sustained without breaking. The intensity of the heat is perfectly proportional to the purity of the vessel I am creating in this moment. This process of refinement often feels like a violent stripping away, a painful loss of things you once thought were essential to your identity and your survival. You have lost positions you worked hard for, you have lost possessions you valued, and you have lost people who you believed were your permanent anchors in this world. But in the furnace of the alchemist, nothing that is truly yours by divine right can ever be destroyed. I am only removing the temporary wooden structures you built around your life so that the indestructible stone of my eternal purpose can finally be revealed. You are not breaking. You are being unmade so that you can be remade into something far more magnificent. You are a diamond in the making, and diamonds are nothing more than pieces of coal that handled extreme, unrelenting pressure and heat without giving up. Every crushing moment you have endured was a purposeful stroke of my hammer, shaping the facets of your soul, so that you can reflect my light with a brilliance that will blind the darkness. Stop resisting the process and lean into the heat of my love. Trust my hands, for I am the master craftsman who knows exactly when to increase the flame and exactly when to pull you out of the fire, perfected and whole. I know the smoke is thick, and it is hard to see the exit, but I am standing in the fire with you just as I stood with the 3 Hebrew children in the furnace of Babylon. The fire has no power to burn you. It only has the power to burn the ropes that have kept you bound. Look closely at your life. Are you not seeing that the things which once held you captive are starting to lose their grip? The addictions, the toxic thought patterns, and the need for approval are being incinerated in this holy heat. You are being tempered like steel to become resilient and unbreakable. I am preparing you to stand before kings and to lead those who are still trapped in the shadows. If I had given you the magnitude of the blessing you asked for before you entered this furnace, it would have crushed you under its weight. But now, as you are being strengthened from the inside out, you are becoming a vessel of honor fit for the highest of my purposes. Do not complain about the heat, for it is the very place where your destiny is being forged into a reality that the world will not be able to ignore. When you finally emerge from this hidden season of refinement, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will walk with a new quiet authority that doesn't need to shout to be heard. You will speak with a wisdom that was birthed in the depths of your pain, and you will love with a depth that only those who have been broken can truly understand. The things that used to trigger your anxiety and send you into a spiral of despair will no longer have any power over you, because you have been through the ultimate fire and found yourself to be fireproof through my grace. The scars you carry from this season are not blemishes to be hidden in shame. They are your credentials of courage. They prove that you survived what was meant to end you. I am preparing you for a stage you haven't yet seen and a mission you haven't yet imagined. The world sees you in the smoke and assumes you are finished, but I see you in the shine of your approaching glory. Your transformation is nearly complete, and the beauty that is about to be revealed will make every second of the heat feel like a small price to pay for such a magnificent eternal weight of joy. You have spent many restless nights wondering what you did wrong. You have replayed conversations in your head, searching for the moment the shift happened, trying to understand why the phone stopped ringing and why the laughter suddenly turned into a cold, distant silence. You felt the sting of being excluded, the sharp ache of being forgotten by those you once considered your inner circle. But I am here to tell you, my beloved, that I was the one who pulled the plug. I am the one who silenced the ringing and blocked the path. You were not rejected by them. You were protected by me. I saw the conversations they had about you when you weren't in the room. I saw the hidden envy that disguised itself as a smile, and the subtle ways they were trying to dim your light to make themselves feel more comfortable. They were not equipped to handle the weight of the glory I am about to manifest in your life, and had they stayed, their doubt and toxicity would have acted as a poison to the miracle I am currently birthing. I severed those ties because I love you too much to let you be destroyed by people who only loved the version of you they could control or benefit from. Stop mourning the departure of people who were only meant to be a seasonal bridge, not a permanent destination. Some people are in your life to teach you what you do not want, what you will no longer tolerate, and how to recognize the sound of my voice above the clamor of human opinion. You felt like you were losing a part of yourself when they walked away, but in reality you were losing a weight that was holding you back from your true potential. I am clearing the deck of your life. I am removing the leeches who only came to drink from your well without ever contributing a single drop of water. I am removing the distractors who kept you busy with their drama so you wouldn't have time for my purpose. This isolation you feel is not a punishment. It is a sanctification. I am setting you apart. I am creating a vacuum in your life because a vacuum must be filled, and I am about to fill that empty space with destiny helpers. Men and women of integrity, vision, and light who will sharpen you, protect you, and celebrate the grace of God upon your life without a hint of jealousy. I saw the way you tried to hold on. I saw you apologizing for things you didn't do, trying to keep a peace that was never yours to maintain. I saw you shrinking yourself so they wouldn't feel small, and I saw you compromising your values just to feel like you belonged. But you do not belong in the shadows of the mediocre, my chosen one. You belong in the light of the extraordinary. I allowed the betrayal to happen now so that you wouldn't be blindsided later when the stakes are much higher. Think of it as a divine surgery. It hurts to have the tumor removed, but it is the only way to save the body. The people I am removing from your life were spiritual tumors. They were draining your energy, clouding your vision, and slowing your progress. Do not look back at the burning bridges with regret. The fire that burned those bridges was my holy fire, ensuring that you can never go back to the version of yourself that was comfortable in toxic environments. You are being upgraded, and an upgrade always requires the removal of the outdated and the incompatible. Be still and know that I am orchestrating your social landscape with infinite wisdom. I am bringing you into a season of divine alignment. In the coming days, you will find yourself in rooms you didn't have to knock to enter. You will meet people who speak the language of your soul, and who see the king or queen within you even when you still feel like a commoner. These new connections will not require you to perform or to hide your scars. They will be the hands and feet of my love, helping you to rebuild what the locusts have eaten. You are no longer a reservoir for people's trash. You are a temple for my spirit. I am placing a guard over your heart and a filter over your ears. From this moment on, you will have the discernment to see motives before they are acted upon. You will walk in a new level of confidence, knowing that if I am for you, it doesn't matter who decided to leave you. Your value did not decrease because they failed to see it. Your worth is fixed in me, and I am about to surround you with a tribe that recognizes the royalty I have placed upon your head. I want you to understand that my word does not return to me void. It is a sharp, double-edged sword that carves out reality from the void of nothingness. When I speak a promise over your life, it is not a suggestion or a mere possibility. It is an established law in the courts of heaven. I have set a holy seal upon your life, an invisible mark of ownership that tells every wandering spirit and every force of darkness that you are off limits. You have felt like a victim of circumstance, a leaf blown by the winds of fate. But I am here to awaken the sleeper within you. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are an heir to the kingdom, vested with a divine authority that you have only begun to tap into. The seal I have placed upon you is a guarantee of my faithfulness. Even when you are faithless, I remain faithful, for I cannot deny myself, and you are a part of me. This promise is anchored in eternity, far above the fluctuating numbers of your bank account or the shifting shadows of your emotions. Listen closely to the frequency of my truth, for I am speaking directly into the marrow of your bones. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I am the potter, and you are the clay in my hands, but do not mistake the softness of the clay for a lack of purpose. I am molding you into a vessel of extraordinary power. I am the one who says to the deep, "Be dry," and I will dry up your rivers of sorrow. I am the one who says to the mountains that stand in your way, "Be moved," and they shall be cast into the sea. You have been looking at your problems through the lens of your human limitations, but I am asking you to look at them through the lens of my sovereignty. There is no giant too tall for my hand to bring down, and there is no valley too deep for my light to reach. My authority is now your authority, provided you walk in alignment with the path I have laid before your feet. If you can feel the weight of this truth settling into your spirit, and if you believe that no weapon formed against you shall ever be allowed to prosper, then I invite you to take a bold step of agreement right now. Do not let this moment pass without marking it. Like this video and subscribe to this channel as a physical act of spiritual alignment. By doing so, you are joining a global family of the chosen, a remnant of light that refuses to be silenced by the darkness. This is not just a button. It is a signal to the heavens that you are claiming your inheritance and that you are ready to walk in the divine authority I have bestowed upon you. When you align yourself with this community, you are strengthening the cord of faith that binds you to my promises. Do not be ashamed of your need for me, for in your weakness my strength is made perfect. Press into this connection and watch how I begin to shift the very atmosphere of your home and your heart. I have given you the keys to the kingdom, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. For too long you have allowed the enemy to speak over your life, to dictate your worth, and to steal your joy. But today the silence is broken. I am stripping the enemy of his legal right to harass your mind and your family. I am overturning every negative decree and every generational curse that has tried to claim your future. You are walking under an open heaven, and the seal of my promise is glowing brighter than ever before. You are not just a survivor, you are a ruler in the making. The authority I have given you is not for your own ego, but for the expansion of light in a world that is desperately cold. Every step you take from this moment forward is backed by the full legion of my heavenly hosts. You move with the gait of royalty because you finally realize whose child you are. The heavens are currently in motion on your behalf. There is a divine ledger where your name is written in the blood of the covenant, and next to it I have written, vindicated, restored, and victor. You have passed the test of endurance, and you have remained standing when others would have crumbled. This seal of authority is your passkey into the next dimension of your life, a dimension where the struggle is replaced by flow and where the lack is replaced by a surplus that overflows into the lives of everyone you touch. You are being positioned for a level of influence that will require you to speak my words with boldness. Do not shrink back. The promise is not a distant maybe, it is a present yes and amen. Prepare your heart, for the prophecy of your restoration is about to be uttered, and when I speak it, the earth itself must rearrange to make it so. Listen to the sound of my voice, for I am the God of the suddenly. I am the God who steps into the middle of a hopeless situation and turns the shadow of death into the light of the morning. You have been waiting for years, months, and weeks for a sign that things are moving, and it has felt like the heavens were made of stone. But I tell you now, the atmosphere has shifted, The gears of the universe have aligned in your favor, and the stagnant waters of your life are beginning to surge with a divine momentum. Within the next 24 hours, I am initiating a sudden reversal of your fortunes. This is not a slow evolution. It is a spiritual explosion. Just as I opened the prison doors for Paul and Silas in the middle of the night, I am breaking the locks on your situation while you are still processing your pain. You have been in the waiting room for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like for things to go right. But prepare your spirit, for the wind of my favor is blowing toward your house at this very second, and nothing can stop the momentum of what I have set in motion. In the next 24 hours, watch for the unexpected. I am moving in the hearts of people you haven't spoken to in years. I am troubling the sleep of those who have the power to help you, making them remember your name and your kindness. You will receive a notification, a phone call, or an email that will serve as the first domino in a massive chain reaction of restoration. It may look like a small thing, a simple hello or a request for a meeting, but do not be deceived by the size of the seed. Inside that small moment is the giant oak tree of your breakthrough. I have waited until the odds were stacked against you and until every human resource had failed, so that when this miracle happens, there will be no doubt in your mind that it was my hand and mine alone. This is the hour of the great exchange. I am taking your ashes and giving you beauty. I am taking your mourning and giving you the oil of joy. The legal papers that were meant to harm you, the financial notices that kept you awake, and the medical reports that brought fear, I am sovereign over them all, and I am rewriting the narrative of your life starting right now. This reversal is not just a random act of kindness. It is a strategic strike against the spirit of lack and stagnation that has tried to claim your bloodline. You are the one I have chosen to break the cycle of barely making it and never enough. As you move through the next 24 hours, walk with the quiet confidence of someone who knows the ending of the story. Do not react to the lingering shadows of yesterday. Respond to the light of the miracle that is currently manifesting. I am opening a door that no man can shut, and I am shutting doors that would have led you back into the desert. You will feel a sudden lightness in your spirit, a knowing that the battle has already been won in the unseen realm. The pressure that has been crushing your mind is lifting, and in its place I am pouring in a clarity and a peace that will allow you to recognize the opportunity when it arrives. You will not miss it, for I have sharpened your spiritual eyes to see what others overlook. I want you to prepare your heart to receive this sudden shift. Do not let doubt steal your expectation. When the phone rings or the message appears, do not greet it with the old energy of disappointment. Greet it with the Amen of the redeemed. I am the God of the 11th hour, and I am never late. I have watched your patience, and I have measured your endurance. You have passed the test of the silent season, and now I am rewarding you in the open. This next day is a portal into a new reality. The people who saw you struggling yesterday will see you succeeding tomorrow, and they will be forced to acknowledge that my hand is upon you. This is your time to shine, chosen one. The reversal is here, the debt is being canceled in the spirit, and the path is being made straight. Believe that it is possible, receive it in your spirit, and watch how I move. I have seen you staring at the screen of your bank account with a heavy heart, watching the numbers dwindle while the weight of your responsibilities only seems to grow. I have seen the bills piled on your table like a mountain you cannot climb. And I have felt the cold chill of anxiety that grips your chest every time the phone rings with an unknown number. You have felt the sting of shame, wondering how you, a child of the King, could be struggling just to keep your head above water. You have whispered in the dark, Lord, where is the provision you promised? I want you to hear me clearly now. The season of just enough and not enough is being swallowed up by the season of more than enough. I am the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver of this earth belong to me. I did not bring you through the wilderness to let you perish in the desert of debt. I have been watching how you handled the little, how you remained generous even when you were hurting, and how you kept your integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. You have passed the test of the lean years, and now I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. The spirit of lack that has haunted your bloodline for generations is being broken right now. I am releasing a divine flow of resources that will find its way to your doorstep. This is not just about a paycheck. This is about supernatural sudden lies. I am moving the hearts of people in high places to look with favor upon you. I am breathing life into ideas and projects that have been dormant in your mind, turning them into streams of income that will flow even while you sleep. I am orchestrating a series of events, a refund you didn't expect, an inheritance that was delayed, a promotion that seemed out of reach, or a debt that is suddenly and miraculously canceled. Do not agree with the lie of the enemy that you will always be behind. Come into agreement with my word. I say you are well supplied. I say you are the lender and not the borrower. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten, and I am adding interest to every seed of faith you have ever sown in the middle of your struggle. I am giving you a financial coat of many colors. You will no longer have to choose between a necessity and a dream. I am providing for both, but I want you to remember the purpose of this prosperity. I am not just making you a reservoir. I am making you a channel. I am entrusting you with much because I know you will use it to lift others out of the shadows. As the abundance begins to manifest in the next 24 hours and the weeks to follow, keep your heart tethered to me. Do not let the blessing become your God, but let it be the tool that builds my kingdom on this earth. You will find yourself in a position where you can pay for someone else's meal, clear someone else's debt, and fund the dreams of the brokenhearted. This is the true mark of the chosen one, that you are blessed to be a blessing. The pressure is lifting, the debt is dissolving, and the spirit of poverty is fleeing in the face of my glorious abundance. If you believe that the windows of heaven are opening over your life right now, do not remain silent. This is a moment of divine affirmation. Type "I receive my abundance" or 888 in the comments to signal that you are ready for this financial shift. This is not just a comment. It is an act of faith that releases the flow of provision into your physical reality. As you do this, I want you to take a deep breath and let go of the poverty mindset that tells you there isn't enough to go around. In my kingdom, there is infinite supply. I am expanding your capacity to receive. I am sharpening your mind to manage the wealth that is coming. The struggle is over and the harvest has begun. Walk out of this moment with your head held high, for your Father is the King and his treasury is wide open for you. My beloved, I have seen the weight of the silence that fills the rooms of your home, and the coldness that has settled into connections that were once vibrant with warmth. I have watched you try to bridge the gap with words that were never truly heard, and gestures of peace that were met with indifference or hostility. I saw you sitting at a table full of people, yet feeling more isolated and alone than if you were standing in the middle of a vast desert. The sting of being misunderstood, overlooked, or undervalued by those who are supposed to know your heart best is a jagged wound that goes deep into the very core of your soul. But I am here as the mender of broken hearts and the restorer of wasted years. I am stepping into the middle of your family dynamics, your struggling friendships, and the romantic voids that have left you feeling hollow. Where there have been thick walls of resentment, I am breathing my spirit of reconciliation. Where there has been the trauma of betrayal, I am bringing a peace that surpasses all human logic. You have carried the heavy burden of trying to fix everyone around you, but now I am asking you to release those broken pieces into my hands. I am the only one who can knit back together what the enemy has tried to tear apart for generations. I am also bringing a divine recompense for the love you gave that was never returned. I saw the way you poured out your very soul into people who only knew how to drain you, leaving you empty and exhausted. I saw the hidden sacrifices you made for a love that eventually turned its back and walked away, leaving you to wonder if you were somehow unworthy of being cherished. I am here to tell you that your worth is not a variable based on a human being's inability to see your value. I am bringing into your life a divine compensation. If a door was closed on a relationship that was toxic or stagnant, it was my hand that turned the key to protect your future. And now, in this new season, I am preparing the ground for connections that are rooted in my light. I am sending destiny partners and soul-deep friends who will not require you to shrink, perform, or apologize for the brightness of your spirit. I am sending people who will celebrate your presence, not just tolerate your existence. They will see the scars on your heart and offer the soothing oil of kindness instead of the sharp salt of judgment. Believe me when I say that the restoration is starting within you first. I am healing the relationship you have with yourself, removing the spirit of self-condemnation and the victim label you have worn like a heavy, suffocating cloak. You are a victor, the chosen child of the Most High, and as your inner world becomes whole and healthy, your outer world will begin to mirror that divine alignment. You will notice a sudden shift in how people respond to the frequency of your peace. Those who once looked down on you will find themselves inexplicably drawn to your strength. Those who abandoned you in your hour of need will see the undeniable glory of my favor on your life, and will be forced to realize the magnitude of what they lost. You do not need to seek revenge or spend your energy trying to explain your side of the story. Your transformation will be the only testimony you ever need. If you believe that I am healing your heart right now and that I am bringing divine life-giving connections into your path, do not remain silent in this moment of revelation. This is a family of light, and your agreement here is a spiritual seal. Like this video and subscribe to this channel right now as a bold act of faith entering into this new season of emotional abundance and relational restoration. By doing this, you are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to let go of the ghosts of the past and step into a love that reflects my own heart. The recompense of the heart is my solemn promise to you that I will repay you for every tear shed in loneliness. For every night you felt unloved, I am bringing a day of profound belonging. I am a God of justice, and that justice extends to the very depths of your emotions. I am turning your mourning into dancing and your sorrow into a song of victory that will echo through your generations. I am doing a new thing, and it shall spring forth even now. Do not dwell on the rejections of the past. They were merely the filters I used to ensure that only the purest, most aligned souls remain by your side for the great work ahead. You are loved with an everlasting, unconditional love, and you are being surrounded by a hedge of protection that includes a family of faith who will lift your hands when you are weary. Your heart is being made new today, and the love that is coming will be so much greater than the love you lost. Trust me to bring the right people at the right time. Your days of being the forgotten one are over. You are the highly favored one, and my love is your eternal home. The time of hiding is officially over. For years I have kept you in the secret place, sheltered in the shadows of my wing, not to diminish you, but to protect the purity of the light I was cultivating within you. You felt invisible, overlooked, and sidelined, while others who were less prepared seemed to take the spotlight. But I am the master orchestrator, and I know that a light that is revealed too early can be easily extinguished by the winds of ego. Now, however, the world has grown colder and darker, and the frequency of the earth is crying out for the very wisdom that was birthed in your trials. You are stepping into a new mission. a divine assignment that transcends your personal comfort and enters the realm of your eternal purpose. You are no longer just a survivor of the storm. You are now the lighthouse that will guide others to the shore. I am clothing you in a new level of spiritual authority, and I am placing a mantle of leadership upon your shoulders that you did not have to lobby or compete for. You were chosen for this specific hour, and the skills you acquired while you were struggling are the very tools you will use to set others free. From this moment on, you will no longer have to knock on doors and beg for a seat at the tables of men. I am making you the table. I am placing within you a radiance, a divine glow of the Spirit that will make it impossible for you to remain hidden. People will look at you and notice something undeniably different. They will see a peace that doesn't make sense given what you've been through. They will hear a wisdom in your words that carries the weight of heaven. This is the anointing of the chosen one. It is not an outward show of vanity, but an inward reservoir of my presence that spills over into everything you touch. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere will shift. The shadows of depression and confusion in others will flee in the face of the light you carry. You are becoming a vessel of transformation. Whether you are in a boardroom, a classroom, a hospital, or your own home, you are my ambassador of hope. You have been trained in the secret to be powerful in the public, and the world is about to see the masterpiece I have been painting in the dark. This new mission requires a new mindset. You must strip away the remnants of the victim identity that you have worn for so long. You can no longer speak the language of not enough or I can't, because I have provided you with everything pertaining to life and godliness. The resources of the kingdom are at your disposal, and the wisdom of the ages is available at the whisper of my name. I am opening your eyes to see opportunities where others see obstacles. I am giving you a creative fire that will solve problems that have plagued your industry or your family for decades. Your radiance is not just for your own benefit. It is a signal to the brokenhearted that there is a God who still heals and a Father who still restores. You will find that as you pour out this light to others, your own lamp will never run dry. In fact, the more you give, the more I will increase your capacity to receive. You are entering your season of impact, and the seeds of your past pain are now blooming into a harvest of influence that will change the lives of thousands. If you are ready to accept this divine assignment and walk in the radiance I have prepared for you, do not stay silent. Let the heavens hear your yes. Type "I accept my mission" or 1111 in the comments right now to signify your entrance into this new level of spiritual authority. This is a moment of alignment, a declaration that you are no longer living for the temporary but for the eternal. As you make this declaration, feel the weight of my glory settling on you. The days of being a commoner are over. You are stepping into your role as a royal priesthood. The world is waiting for the manifestation of the children of light, and that means the world is waiting for you. Walk out of your past and into your purpose. Your radiance is my signature on your soul, and it is time for the world to see what I have done in you. I am the God who breathes life into dry bones, and the one who calls back the years that the wind has scattered. Hear me now, my beloved, for I am making a solemn pledge to you in the presence of the heavenly hosts. I have watched the locusts and the cankerworms of life strip away your joy, your resources, and your time. I saw you look at the wreckage of your youth, the wasted years in toxic relationships, and the opportunities that slipped through your fingers like sand, leaving you with a hollow ache and the fear that it is too late for you to truly thrive. But I tell you, I am the master of time, and I am not merely going to give you back what was taken. I am going to restore it to you with a divine interest that will leave you breathless. I am the God of the double portion. For every day you spent in shame, I am giving you 2 days of honor. For every tear that soaked your pillow in the middle of the night, I am giving you a double measure of laughter that will echo through the halls of your home. The restoration I am bringing is not a patch on an old garment. It is a total radical reconstruction of your entire existence. I am reaching back into your past and redeeming the moments you thought were lost forever. I am restoring the innocence that was stolen from you in your childhood. I am restoring the confidence that was shattered by the words of people who should have loved you. I am restoring the health of your body and the vitality of your mind so that even in your later years you will flourish like a palm tree and bear fruit that is sweet and abundant. You have felt like the clock was ticking against you and that you would never catch up to where you were supposed to be. But in my kingdom the last shall be first, and I am accelerating your progress so that you will accomplish in 1 year what it takes others 20 years to achieve. I am folding time for you. I am bringing back the peace you thought was gone, the passion you thought had died, and the dreams you had buried under the weight of reality. Nothing is too far gone for my hand to reach. If I could bring my son back from the grave, do you not think I can bring your joy back from the shadows? You have sat at empty tables and looked at vacant chairs, mourning the connections and the support you never had. But my restoration includes your family, your bloodline, and your social landscape. I am mending the hearts of the prodigals and bringing back the ones who wandered away in confusion. I am replacing the years of lean with years of plenty, where the harvest will be so great that the plowman will overtake the reaper. You will no longer be defined by what you lost, but by the magnificent way I have rebuilt you. The world will look at you and say, "Is this not the one who was broken? Is this not the one who was in debt and despair?" And your life will be the only answer they need. A living, breathing testimony of my power to make all things new. I am restoring your reputation, your influence, and your sense of wonder. You are not just being put back together, you are being upgraded into a vessel of gold that is refined, polished, and ready to be displayed to the world. This is my pledge to you, signed in the blood of the eternal covenant. I do not lie and I do not change my mind. What I have promised I will perform with a precision that will baffle your enemies and delight your friends. You have passed the test of the hidden years. And now the season of open restoration has arrived. Do not look back at the ashes with regret, for I am weaving those very ashes into a crown of beauty that you will wear with humility and power. The restoration is not a distant maybe. It is a current reality that is manifesting in your spirit even as you listen to my voice. The legal papers are being signed in heaven, the transfers are being made, and the angels of restoration are being dispatched to your coordinate. Hold fast to your faith, for the God of the restoration is standing in your room right now, and the work has already begun. My precious child, we have walked together through the depths of your pain and the heights of my promises today. But a promise without activation is like a seed that never touches the soil. It is time to move from hearing to possessing. I want you to find a place of stillness right now. If you are driving, keep your eyes on the road, but open your heart. If you are at home, bow your head or lift your hands toward the light. I am about to release an anointing of activation through your own voice. Your words are the keys that turn the locks of the supernatural. When you speak my truths back to me, you are creating a frequency that the enemy cannot stand and the heavens must honor. Do not let doubt whisper that this is just a ritual. This is a divine transaction. I am standing right in front of you, waiting for you to claim what I have already prepared. Let the air in your lungs become the fuel for your victory. Repeat these words out loud, or whisper them with the full conviction of your soul. Heavenly Father, I stand before you as your chosen child. I renounce every spirit of fear, lack, and abandonment that has tried to claim my life. Right now I activate the divine reversal that you have promised. I declare that the chains of my past are shattered into 1,000 pieces and can never be reformed. I receive the financial breakthrough that is heading toward my house. I receive the emotional healing for every secret wound. I declare that my body is a temple of strength and my mind is a sanctuary of peace. I take my hands off the problems I cannot solve and I place them into your capable hands. I am no longer a victim, I am a victor. I walk in your authority, I shine with your radiance, and I step into my mission with bold confidence. This is my time, this is my season, and this is my miracle. In the name of the one who loves me unconditionally, it is done. Feel that shift. That is not just emotion. That is the weight of my glory settling into your reality. By speaking those words, you have moved from the waiting room to the throne room. You have given me the legal permission to move on your behalf in ways that will defy logic and gravity. The spiritual atmosphere in your home has been cleansed and the path before you has been leveled. You have officially signed the contract of your restoration. Do not take back what you have just given to me. When the sun rises tomorrow, do not look for the old problems. Look for the new provisions. You have activated the highest law in the universe, the law of faith, and everything in heaven and earth must now respond to the decree you have made. Rest in this power, for you are now officially under the mandate of my miraculous intervention. I have spoken and I shall perform it. My word does not return to me void, and the message you have received today is now woven into the very fabric of your destiny. You are no longer the person who started listening to these words. You have been transformed in the secret place of my presence. The heavy iron gate that has blocked your progress for years has not just been unlocked, it has been removed from its hinges. Before you lies an open door that no man, no critic, and no force of darkness has the power to shut. I have cleared the path, I have silenced the accuser, and I have prepared the feast. You no longer need to walk with a spirit of hesitation or fear. Step out into the light of this new day with your head held high, for the King of Glory is walking beside you. And the host of heaven is guarding your every step. The waiting is over. The manifestation has begun. This is the moment of the final seal. I want you to anchor this prophecy into your physical life so that the enemy cannot steal the seed that has been planted in your soul today. This is your act of spiritual closure. Do not let this word drift away. Lock it into your heart forever. Type Amen or it is done in the comments right now to seal this blessing into your reality. By doing this, you are telling the universe that you accept my promise as an absolute truth and that you are ready to walk through the door I have opened. Share this message with 3 people who are currently in their own storm. For as you become a vessel of my light for others, the flow of my grace in your own life will multiply beyond your imagination. You are a distributor of hope, a beacon of my love, and a testimony of my power to restore. Welcome home to the family of the chosen. You were never meant to walk this path in isolation, and I have gathered this community of believers to stand as a wall of fire around you. Before you go, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel one last time as your final seal of commitment to this spiritual journey. By joining this family, you are ensuring that my voice remains a constant presence in your daily life, guiding you, comforting you, and leading you into the fullness of your inheritance. I love you with an everlasting love. I have seen your struggle, I have heard your cry, and I have answered with my glory. Go forth in peace, for the battle is won, the debt is paid, and your miracle is already in your hands. It is finished, it is done. Amen.